What's up, everybody? You are tuning in to the first episode of the My TV Told Me podcast. Thank you so much for watching, for supporting. I am your host, the conspiracy theorist, if you can't already tell. And so what we're going to be talking about on this podcast is just shit that our TV's telling us. That's what we're going to be talking about. And recently, there's a lot of stuff that our TV's just been telling us, you know. Sorry, I'm just learning how to stream now. This is my first time messing with this software, so bear with me. But yeah, so if you want to support the channel, my Instagram is Huey Media. Cash App or Venmo is my TV told me if you wish to do that. Website Huey Media, Twitter Huey Media. But yeah, I might be getting official handles for the My TV Told Me podcast, but for now we're just reach me on Huey Media. So with no further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into what we're going to be talking about. So first of all, we got to talk about this insanity with Ukraine, and I guess just what our President Brandon said in the past, because I'm not gonna let him off the hook on that. I'm not gonna forget. This is what Brandon said to Putin in the past.
Because Putin knows if I am president of the United States, his days of tyranny and trying to intimidate the United States and those in Eastern Europe are over. I'm going to stand up to him. He's a bully, just like the president. And I know he doesn't want me to be president, but to tell you what, when I'm president, things are going to change.
There he is. That's our man Brandon he's given Putin a warning. He gave him a big old warning, Brandon did. And as you can tell, Putin was really scared and decided to attack. So I don't think Brandon's scaring anyone. And say what you want to say about Donnie T, but I don't remember all of this garbage going on in the world when Donnie T was in the office. So just me, just my opinion, just what I remember, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But as for the Ukraine narrative, I have to adjust my hat a little bit. It's kind of a little bit uncomfortable, but we need this in order to talk what we're going to talk. So, but anyways, so what got me questioning this whole Ukraine narrative? A lot did. So first and foremost, just the plain fact that our freaking media has lied to us nonstop about Rona for the past 2 years. And I mean, literally, like just nonstop BS and propaganda for 2 years. What makes us think that they're telling the truth when it comes to Ukraine? So that for one. Secondly, is shit like this. I don't know if you can read that, but it says the U.S. This is from CBS News. The U.S. economy has been hit with increased gas prices, inflation, and supply chain issues due to the Ukraine crisis. Like, come on. It's incredible. That's truly incredible that, one, they have the nerve to tweet that, and two, that people believe that. And it's just like, this is why no one trusts them anymore. Like, they're putting themselves out of business, and they're helping conspiracy theorists like myself that actually look for the truth, because they're clearly lying. Everyone with common sense knows that inflation, the supply chain issues, gas prices, they've been steadily increasing way before the Ukraine crisis. So that's what got me questioning this whole Ukraine narrative. But also, you can't forget the puppets that are pushing going to war with Ukraine, or intervening with Ukraine. Here
Allies.
we got
will
This guy.
defend democracy. We are taking these actions today to stand against authoritarianism. The people of Ukraine,
Okay, wait,
like all people,
let's just play
must
that
be
again.
to stand against authoritarianism.
Stand against authoritarianism. The guy, well, let me just refresh everybody. The guy that just had the nerve to say that is the same guy that freaking is freezing bank accounts for donating to the Freedom Convoy. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this guy, how does this guy not feel like a complete clown using the word authoritarian to that's that's incredible. That's truly incredible. Like, that word authoritarian should be out of this guy's freaking dictionary. Like, he should not be allowed to use that word. He should not be allowed to use that word. But okay, so he's freezing people's bank accounts. Guy's an absolute joke. And he's going to intervene because of he doesn't like authoritarian. Just shut the hell up, dude. You're an absolute clown. But and then who else do we got? We have this lady.
If Russia were to take aggressive action against Ukraine, our response would be swift and certain, and that is in fact what has occurred.
Okay, so let's listen to this again. Let's just listen real quick.
It is unprovoked, it is unwarranted, and it is unjustified. As the president made
Unprovoked, unwarranted, and unjustified of Russia to do this to Ukraine. And this is where I ask the question, and I say, isn't there a lot of things in the world going on that are unprovoked, unjustified, and unwarranted, and we just turn a blind eye, we completely ignore it, but for some reason we don't ignore it in this situation? So that just has me ask, why are we really going into the Ukraine? And honestly, I can't say for certain, but I can give you my guesses, and I'll give you that later on in the show. But before we get into that, let's talk about no, not this one. Let's talk about what's going on while we're distracted about the Ukraine. Let me show you a few things that is going on in the background. So, first and foremost, this was huge and a huge eye opener for me. So, the Deutsch Telekom is building a global juice or Rona juice verification app for the WHO. And this is using like QR codes, all that BS. We literally got banned for posting that in the past. Like, if we even suggested that might be the case in the future, people would get banned for that. Like, it was marked as misinformation, would never happen. Guess what, guys? It's literally happening right now. They're doing this while we're all freaking out, standing with Ukraine, all this stuff. This is going on in the background. And I know a lot of people are like happy because mandates are lifted in a lot of places, are pulling back on their Rona restrictions. But this is what I'm going to ask people is, do you know how much money it costs to push something like this, to push a QR code Rona juice app? It's not cheap. Like, we're talking like billions and billions and billions of dollars to roll something like that out. And a lot of us think that Rona is just going to go away now. I'm telling you, it's not being talked about right now, but they're giving us a little break, and then they're going to start pushing the Rona again. Like, they wouldn't just toss all this money into a Rona juice verification app if they just thought it was just going to disappear. Like, they know what they're doing. And guess who else knows that Rona is not going away? Well, if not Rona, something else. My man, Billy freaking Gates, this just psychopath that's not a doctor, that has the same expertise of a freaking he's not a virologist. He's not a doctor. Same expertise as Joe Rogan. This dude is saying that Rona risks have dramatically reduced, but another is coming. And I would link the website, but unfortunately, we live in freaking. I would link the whole article and like go to the site, but unfortunately, this is a communist, just freaking. It's just big tech censorship is insane. I have to block out all the keywords, and I don't have time to like block out the whole site. So I'm just going to show you the headline. This dude's literally predicting another one's coming. So yeah, it's easy to be able to tell that when you literally can control this shit and you influence the freaking the news and not just the news, but also dude has ties to pharmaceutical companies left and right. So that is why I don't trust this whole Ukraine. No, that's sorry. I'm still learning the freaking streaming shit. I'll get better at it, but that is what's going on while we were distracted. So, okay. So, also, can't forget about this. Can't forget about the girl, Candace Owens. So, look at this. In 2016, Bill Gates Foundation gave a $20 million grant to Derny. I'm not going to use the word because, again, these apps are psychotic and they target these words, and the censorship is so out of control. But you know what I'm talking about. The $20 million grant toward Derna toward developing based treatments. The same year, Derna filed a patent for DNA sequence. Scientists just discovered that part of that sequence is in the Rona. Now listen to this. Ready? The international team of researchers who discovered this claim there is a 1 in 3 trillion chance that Derna's sequence randomly appeared through natural evolution. Don't worry, Bill Gates fact checkers will explain that means there is technically still a chance. And then there's the Dumb and Dumber thing. So you're saying there's still a chance. But yeah, so anyone with any common sense knows that it's not happening naturally. There's some shit going on. We can't say what it actually was because these platforms are pathetic, but some shit's going on. Some shit's going on. And if you want to read further into just that article, Daily Mail was one of the few that were posting this because the mainstream media just pretends like it's not happening. They'll just talk about other BS, but more evidence. Rona was tinkered with in a lab. Now scientists find Rona has the chunk of DNA. Yada, yada, yada. 3 years before it all began. So this shit's insane. Like this is nuts. Like this is, like, I don't know how people just continue just to go on like this is normal when they're literally like funding the things that we're dealing with in our life. Like this is purposely, I can't say the word, but you get where I'm going at. But that is why I do not trust any of this bullshit at all. And let's just also talk about, let me find it. Let me just find it. So I want to go back into Ukraine. Got to go back and focus on Ukraine. But before we talk about Ukraine, I got to hear what the liberals are saying about this, because the liberals, those people, they just know what's up and they know what's going on. So let me find it. Let me find what the liberals have been saying. Here they are. Here's what my liberals are saying about this. Let's just check this out. So from one of the liberals we got, they said, reminder not to assign gender to anyone from Ukraine when tweeting about World War III. Remember to use the correct term folks, when referring to all the Ukrainian folks, it's not hard to be inclusive of all genders in Ukraine. Holy shit, man. That's like, these people really exist among us, man. Next tweet we got. A lot of people in Ukraine crowding together inside. Only 35% of Ukrainians have been juiced. What else does that say? Less than 2% have been who've gotten the boosties. So this person, they don't care about the war. They're more worried about they're more worried about people's juice status. Like, so yeah, that's what his TV told him. His TV told him to worry about that. Next, we got this isn't discussed much, but Putin very much benefits from white privilege. I just can't see a scenario where a black or brown man running Russia would, sorry, this thing's like breaking up, would be allowed to invade Ukraine with no devastating consequences. See Crimea in 2014. White supremacy will destroy us. Well, that's another liberal's take on it. Another one is, in one way, Putin did us a favor. Historically, every president running for re-election during the war has won. F you, I'm serious. Anything that keeps Trump out of the White House, I embrace. Whiny bees clutching their pearls and trying to police my tone will be blocked. If Trump gets back in office, we'll have the casualties from the war and genocide of LGBTQ people. I'm not effing kidding. Holy shit, man. Oh my God. People like this actually exist. Damn it. Please don't let Putin distract you from the issues that really matter. Ukrainian lives don't matter until Black lives matter. That's one. And then lastly, draft the unjuiced. And this lady is one of the same people that said before all this, juiced people shouldn't be able to be in the military. She was all for clapping when these juiced people were got the boot, when they got the boot from the military, but now that we could use some more people over there, she says send the juiced people. These people are, or send the unjuiced people, she wants to do. So these people are the biggest hypocrites in the world. And yeah, it's a shame. It's really a shame that there's people out there like that. Yikes. Hold up. I gotta adjust the tinfoil hat, make sure that I'm on my conspiracy game. But yeah, so those people are really bad. There's no doubt about that. But we also have the biggest virtue signaler of all time. This was a celebrity that I think, in my opinion, she's going to end this whole Russia-Ukraine war because of this. Listen to this.
Sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught that you lived in a cruel, unjust world. Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you? Is this why you do not hide nor away shy from taking back the world? Was it because so early in life, all that strife racked your little body with fear? If I was your mother, if the world was cold, I'd have died.
Let me just stop this for a second. This lady is dead serious. This is a celebrity. Her name's Annalyn McCord. And she is 100% serious right here. She is leaving a note to Putin. This is the biggest virtue signaler ever. She's saying, "Oh, I'm just such a great person." She's basically she found a way to make this about her. She found a way to make the war about her and flaunt basically how great of a person she is, and how if she was Putin's mother, none of this would be happening. So just keep listening.
to make you warm. I'd
I
have
don't even know
died
if
to
I want to keep
protect you
listening.
from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life. Oh, dear Mr. President
God
Putin,
damn it.
if only I'd been your mother.
Jesus
Perhaps
Christ.
the torture of unwrit youth would not within your heart imbue ascription to such fealty against that world that you thought was so cruel. Perhaps you would hold dear human life, and on this night, instead of Mother Russia, you would call me. And
Oh
I would
my
set your
God,
mind
dude.
quite free with the love that only a mother can give and only a mother can take away.
All right. I can't
When
even watch the
holds
rest
she
of this,
doesn't
honestly.
harm at bay and leaves her boy.
This is, yeah, it's nuts. It's literally nuts. Yikes, man.
The people of
Yikes.
Ukraine,
Shit.
like
Gotta remove that. But yeah, it's literally nuts that these people exist among us. Like, we have the biggest virtue signalers of all time. Like, that just, I think that's the Tom Brady of virtue signaling right there. Like, that is, you're not going to see a bigger virtue signal than that. And if you want to watch the full thing, it's on her Twitter, Ann McCord. But anyways, let's kind of get serious for a minute. Adjust the tinfoil hat, and we got to talk about Alex Jones. So some people will be like, "Oh, Alex Jones, the dude's he's a nutcase, right wing wacko, whatever." But Alex Jones has been right about so much shit. It's not even funny. Like, this dude is on the mark way more than he's wrong. And I got to show you what Alex Jones said in October 2021. Listen to this.
Now, currently, that's the projections with the top people on the earth who claim they're not with the New World Order Combine. Is war in February. And this is the type of time, like right before World War I, right before World War II, when everything kicks off. And I hope that doesn't happen. But currently, that is the trajectory we're on. And there is a consensus on that.
That is freaking insane. But like that's nuts. That like, how did he know that this shit would go down in February? Like, say what you want about the guy, call him crazy, whatever. Like, dude gets it right a lot. Like, he's on the money a lot. And I think it's about time people start listening to him, because I don't know about you, but when it comes to Alex Jones or the people on corporate media, I think he's been right more than they have, especially the last 2 years. And let me just show you too what Alex Jones, this is on InfoWars, what he thinks about this whole Russia-Ukraine thing situation. He thinks that this is over. So a lot of people debate, like, hold up, Siri's going off right now on my end. But a lot of people debate what this is over, right? So a lot of people think, it's just, well, like, why are we getting involved? And this is what Alex Jones is saying. Russian strikes targeting the U.S.-run biolabs in Ukraine is because of the U.S. is running biolabs in Ukraine that could develop chemical and biological weapons. I mean, it honestly makes sense to me. Like, this shit is insane. So, like, what if this is all over freaking US run biolabs? And obviously, the mainstream media said, oh, that's not about that. It's about other stuff. But, like, again, why are we getting involved into this when, like, this is between them? Like, why are we putting ourselves in this when we have so much of our own issues? And this would just add up so much if this was the case. So just if you have the time, I highly suggest, like, reading into this, because it's crazy. It's really interesting. Um, this one was good, but this video it was over a minute. I just want to show you that. So there's several U.S. biolabs in Ukraine under the auspices of the U.S. State Department, yada yada yada. But yeah, like this is straight from the freaking U.S. Embassy in Ukraine. Like you can just read this shit. Like, and then I think I found out why you guys are so interested in Ukraine. What exactly would a mistake bioweapons lab be located anywhere near there, let alone 8 of them? So there's freaking 8 U.S. biolabs in the region that, Jesus Christ. Like honestly, at this point, nothing would surprise me. Am I saying this is definitely the case? No, but I mean, it adds up. It adds up. Like U.S. biolabs defending all this shit, a lot of money involved. Number of U.S. controlled biological weapons labs around Russia grew 20 times. This is in 2015. They're posting this shit. So, yikes. There's some new world order shit going on as we speak. Well, that's if you believe Alex Jones. If not, you can always go with the corporate media's narrative. But I don't know. Again, if you're asking me, I'll go with the guy that's been right and that freaking called this whole war. Like, watch this again. Like, this is insane.
We're looking at a giant war in February right now. Currently, that's the projections with the top.
Dude, he said this in October. Like say what you want about the guy. Like, he's on it. Like I didn't hear this from anyone else that called this shit out. So who knows? Who knows if this shit's about bioweapon labs? But again, nothing would surprise me with this corrupt government. I don't believe that we're going there because we just care so much about Ukraine and the Ukrainians. I think we're doing this because there's some financial stakes somewhere, and there's an agenda to this. Like that's why I got my hat on. But there's some shit. There's some shit. But that's just my thoughts. Anyways, let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram, Huey Media. Make sure to subscribe here, My TV Told Me podcast. Donate if you wish to the My TV Told Me podcast. Catch me on Twitter at Huey Media. And thank you again so much. Have a great day. Peace.